The Committee on General Laws will come to order. Madam Secretary, please call the roll.
Senators Trent,
Here.
Gregory,
Here.
Bernsketter, Carter, Coleman, McCreary, Weber.
All right, excellent. We have a quorum, and so we will begin right away with hearing of Senate Bill number 168. Senator, please proceed when ready.
Good morning, Chairman Trent, members of the committee. Thank you for the opportunity to present Senate Bill 168, commonly referred to as the Squatters Bill. Senate Bill 168 deals with removing people who are unlawfully occupying a property. Hearing for the ex parte order shall be held within 24 hours rather than the current 48 hours of filing the petition. If the court is unavailable, the Supreme Court shall develop guidelines that ensure a verified petition under this section may be filed on evenings, holidays, and weekends. A violation of the ex parte order for removal of persons unlawfully occupying property would be a Class E felony. It is currently a Class A misdemeanor. Senate Bill 168 provides that the offense of criminal mischief for unlawful detention, occupation, or trespass upon a residential dwelling will be a Class E felony instead of a Class A misdemeanor. There have been people talk to me about that we need to expand this into business buildings and such too, construct buildings that are vacant. So that's something we're looking at. The language in Senate Bill 168 started out as a much bigger package last year. It came over as House Bill 2062, which was passed and signed by the governor. However, the language found in Senate Bill 168 was removed on the Senate floor. Basically, that was the eviction moratorium bill that was followed by Chris Brown and I think Chairman Trent that actually passed. So this was removed, but we're working with that senator to ease the pains of that, and I think we got to where we need to be. But she was the one that actually brought up that we need to expand it to the buildings that are vacant also.
Okay, very good. Appreciate that background. Any questions for the bill sponsor? Yes, proceed.
Okay, so I'm trying to understand. First of all, I'm a little just hesitant. This bill, we just went into effect, not this bill, but this general concept just became law August 28th. So we don't even really have data on the law that went into effect August 28th to know, you know, if this is a real problem or not.
And you're talking about the eviction moratorium
Yes.
bill?
Yeah.
Now, that is separate of this.
I understand, but it's all connected. And like we heard last night, one of our colleagues talk about with you know, we don't have any data yet to know if we need to be doing something or not. I'm just, you know, why this eviction moratorium just went into effect August 28th of last year. And we don't really have any data yet that I can find.
Yeah, and I think the eviction moratorium, it may be slightly different because most of the time that has to do with people that are actually paying rent. You know what I mean? Squatters aren't paying rent. They're just moving into a house that is vacant. You know, let's say that you go on a vacation in your family for a couple of weeks and you come back and they're in your house. That's what squatters is the difference than if if you rented your house as an Airbnb and they paid you and they wouldn't leave, then that would fall under the eviction moratorium.
Okay, so if they've ever paid at all, so even if someone paid, but they're there months and months and months after they stopped paying, that would still be considered, you would still call that an eviction?
I think so.
Okay.
That's my feelings because, you know, you've entered into an agreement or a lease contract to lease someone's property or lease someone's house. And then at the end of you're leasing it month by month, but you paid up for 6 months. The 7th month, you decide that you're no longer going to pay. But I think they're distinctively different, honestly. I really do.
Okay, well, I might have to be persuaded that they're different.
Okay.
So another question I have is, we're really, in this legislation, you're proposing that if you're in violation of this, it would be a Class E felony. That is, imprisonment is 4 years or less. So you're really wanting to put folks in prison for this?
Well, I think anytime we have any type of law or sentencing, it should be a deterrent. People realize that we mean business when we pass a law. You know, if we pass a law with no teeth in it, it doesn't carry much substance.
Okay. Another question I have is, some of you probably know, I am passionate about making sure we protect victims of abuse, whether it's sexual assault, adult abuse, that kind of thing. It seems to me the way your language is written is that the hearing for the ex parte order should be held within 24 hours rather than 48 hours. But we don't even do that for people that are being abused. Like orders of protection don't happen that fast.
Maybe we should.
Well, I'm wondering about that.
Maybe-
Like,
maybe
in my,
we sh-
in
you
my
know, but
opinion, it's like, why should this go to the front of the line when there are people suffering abuse and they don't get to have their hearing that fast?
No, I agree. You know, I think anybody that's abused, it should be within an hour, as far as as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah,
You
so
know
the
what I mean?
way, the way the law's written right now for people that are being abused, it's not later than 15 days, so more than 2 weeks later.
Yeah, I agree. That's not fair. I agree. Maybe this is the way we should be doing all of those. You know, possibly.
Except my hunch is the courts are probably so log jammed that it'd be hard to, everything to be processed. I just wanted to, in my mind, sort of put that in perspective.
Sure.
'Cause I feel like, you know, if we're gonna tell people that are being abused that they get, that they have to wait 15 days, I'm not sure why, you know, this bill is saying that they have to have a hearing within 24 hours.
You know, I was kind of surprised when I kind of dove off into this that it's 48 hours already.
Yeah, that's
You know what I
fast
mean?
as well, yeah.
I was kind of surprised at that, to that effect. You know what I mean? Because most of them don't happen that quick.
Right. Okay, well, I mention these things just because these
Sure.
are things I'd like to work through, so
Sure.
thank you.
Further questions for the bill sponsor? Seeing none. Any witnesses here testify in support? Senate Bill 168. Make sure you fill out a witness form. Proceed when ready.
Yes, sir, I did. Angie Schulte, I'm here, a registered lobbyist with the St. Louis Apartment Association. Want to thank the sponsor for bringing this bill forward. I can't really, Senator McCreary, I can't really address some of the data and differences, but I'll reach out to my folks and see if they have any information for you on that. I'm mainly just going to address how our apartment association feels about this. And they feel like it helps out the apartment community by providing faster, clearer process to remove unlawful occupants. It protects property owners from financial losses. It enhances resident safety, and it prevents disruptions caused by unauthorized individuals. It strengthens the enforcement and penalties by helping maintain secure, well-managed communities and ensuring stability for owners and tenants. And ultimately, that's what our folks are trying to accomplish with their buildings.
Thank you for that testimony. Questions for this witness? Seeing none. Thank you for
you.
being here. Further witnesses testify in support Senate Bill 168. Seeing none. Or any witnesses in opposition to Senate Bill 168? Any witnesses here for informational purposes only? Seeing none, that will conclude public hearing on Senate Bill 168, and that will conclude this committee hearing as well. Any opposed say no. The ayes have it. The committee is adjourned.